3X. If you're sending me shots, you better kill me or bury me. If you diss me, do anything else but miss me. Piss me off, I'm shit in your sister yard. This pussy shit get me hard, waiting for you to send me bars. You riding your friend's car, you ain't making payments. So aim the shot from the passenger side, you still ain't shit. Scared niggas don't take risks and your wrist look frail. I took the high off the 1-6, but I still bring hell. Don't ever say that we equal. I jumped to Canyon, that evil Knievel can only fathom the lyrics too lethal, the face too handsome.
And we're back.
Yo, what up?
Man, dude, no lie, it feels like it's been forever.
I know it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
We've been slacking.
We've been having some life.
Yeah, things happen. We get it.
Big piece of life.
I hope that you guys can understand, but welcome back.
Yes. I am Baron J67.
And I'm XT Jones on any social media site.
Oh, yeah. All that good stuff. And welcome back to Adventures with Black Nerds. And you know what? Through this process, because I'm so happy you guys are here with us and watching us grow and just seeing us from, I'm talking like we're like 100 episodes deep.
It feels like
it. It feels like it. It's been a lot of growth and I've been learning a lot. And one thing I've learned is sources are hard to find. Real sources. Hard, common sources. And it absolutely trips me out on how much false information is out there, fake news.
Yeah, bro. I mean, we just had this conversation yesterday.
Yeah.
And then something that I learned was that the Black Panthers actually created WIC.
Yep.
Okay, so after you tell me that, right, I turn around and I look it up.
Yeah.
Look the information
as
up,
you should.
And I'm looking.
You shouldn't take anybody's word for it. You check for yourself.
The first thing I see is a website, the Urban Intellectual, and that goes in depth on it, and then it even sorts the site. Crazy part about it, they sort two sites. One site isn't there anymore. The other site is there, but you don't get to read anything. It just has a list of everything that the Black Panthers have created. Now, I was just lost because once you click out of that and you go to the rest of the sites there, everything else is counterintuitive to it. Everything else, it don't look the same. You know what I'm saying? There isn't anything. I mean, no, I won't say there's anything because there are other sites out there that back up that point. Now, I mean, there's where you just said it, that I think, was it your exact words where, governments have proved to have lied to their people before? Something like that, right?
Yeah. I said that it's a fact that governments have lied to their people.
Okay, so
I mean, if you truly believe that your government is telling you the truth all the time about every situation, you're very gullible, and ignorance is bliss. And I envy the fact that you're able to live that you're able to just live so freely without worry, because you just know your government is here 1,000% to protect you. Yeah,
but I said this to you too. I've said this to you plenty of times that they have to lie to us.
Yeah,
they have to. They can't tell us the truth. But that's not. I'm not enabling that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that is the correct way to do it. I just think that. I think people forget, and we had this conversation all the time.
True.
About how, the government is put here for the people.
True.
They are workers of the people.
True.
Because if we don't pay them, they have no money. There is no money for them. Or this is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
and that's with them big ass quotation marks.
And that's the whole point of our democracy and us voting people into power, making sure that no branch of power has more authority than the other.
Exactly.
It's separation of powers, separation of church and state. All these things are in place in order to make it to where the people are quote unquote running it.
Yeah.
And we pick the representatives who share our values. That's why a lot of people. That's why it's so weird having somebody like Donald Trump as president, because usually the president represents the majority's personality and flow.
Exactly.
That's a basic way to put it.
Yeah, that's how they get there.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. So when I wonder what the rest of the world looks at us having Trump elected. Now, yes, he did lose the popular vote. and then it was our electoral college that took over and gerrymandering and all that other good stuff, and we can go into that for days. But the fact of the matter is, he is the president. But it's weird because he does not represent the majority.
No, hell no.
And that it's so strange to have somebody to have so many people completely against the leader of the quote unquote free world.
I was just telling this dude, I'm like, how can somebody that is associated with the 1% be a part of the majority?
The majority.
It doesn't work.
But that falls into the the LBJ former president Lyndon B. Johnson quote, and I repeat it and I ask everybody to go and read it. It's real. He quote. I mean, well, I'm not going to quote it because I don't know it word for word. But long story short, he basically said, you take the poorest white man and you make him feel better than the richest, most successful black man, and he will empty out his pockets for you. You won't even have to take the money from him. He'll do it himself, all to feel better than somebody.
You know what? I don't think I was explaining that well because I heard that quote from you. So explain, why is that? Why is that so?
Why is that so? Okay, well, perfect example is the Irish. We can take it back to Irish and blacks. There was a time where they used to seriously work together. I mean, I'm quoting a TV show right now just for general reference, but Hell on Wheels. It's a great TV show for if anybody likes old westerns, but it really showed emphasis on how blacks and Irish and poor whites and lower class, working class whites would work together in order to get certain things done. And what happened was you started seeing unions forming. So the one thing you don't want, if I'm a rich elite person, my money comes from my profit and my bottom line. If all of a sudden I have all poor people, not just one group complaining, if I have all of them working together trying to create unions, trying to gather their resources together and to try to combat me and increase their pay and their wages, which would all of a sudden mess with my profit. So what's the best thing to do? You make one group feel better and feel superior. You all of a sudden, you only make people of a certain skin tone and certain nationality or background, you only make them leads.
Okay.
So now black people can't be foremans.
Yeah.
The foreman's always going to be Irish. And then what is the most natural thing to do is to help people who look like you.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just natural. We're tribal people. We're tribal. At the end of the day, we're still very, very tribal. We're still very. We still have our animal tendencies. Yep. It's just a fact. I mean, look at how feverishly we defend and group up when it comes to being American, or wherever you're from, or wherever you claim. I mean, everything from your neighborhood, whether it be gang or just your high school or whatever, people feverishly group together about that. And you'll believe somebody who's either from the same background as you or somebody who looks like you. It's just natural. It's just how, you can even compare it to how we look at babies. Yeah. Babies, their whole function, everything about them, from their eyes, their cry, their movements. A baby can start crying and 90% of the room will look for the baby and look towards the baby. Why? Because that's his function. That's just naturally what we do. So going back to this, that's why that whole you divide and conquer. Long story short, the LBJ quote is about dividing and conquering. And he did it. And the system came about and it worked. You have a group of people and tying it back in. I'm sorry, I'm rambling. Tying it back in to the presidency. That's why you have a large group of poor people who probably will never get to the amount of wealth that Donald Trump has, and they'll never walk a day in his shoes, and he'll never walk a day in their shoes. I said that, but yet this is why they support him, because it's somebody who looks like them. Yeah. And he's talking the good talk.
That's crazy.
Because what's funny is, I'm gonna tell you the truth. In all honesty, I truly believe you could have had a black man running on the same platform as Trump against Trump, and Trump would have still won. For the simple fact, you go with what you comfortable with. Yeah.
But you can't be wrong at that.
No,
I mean
it's sad, but that's
how it goes.
Yeah,
I mean, we see it all the time.
Yeah,
and this is even low level like jobs.
Oh yeah,
you know, this happens in the workplace all the time.
If you're going up for an interview, and all of a sudden the person who's sitting next to you, you find out that they're the nephew of so and so who works in the office, you can kind of guess who's going to get the job.
Oh yeah, you already know.
Or think about firefighters. From what I understand from people I know and came across who are firefighters, most of the time you had to know somebody on the force.
Oh yeah. I knew somebody when I was
in the department. I'm sorry, the force department,
and that's what he explained.
Yeah, like if you don't have a direct connect,
you got to be elite.
Yeah, like
either
top
you're
of your
elite,
class
top notch, a veteran, or you knew somebody.
Yeah, and you know what? And is it right? No, but that's kind of just the way things work. I mean, because once again, we're tribal.
Exactly.
We're we're territorial. We're
I agree with that, and I never put it in that perspective before. To think about it like that.
Yeah, and that's the best way I can explain that whole quote.
That quote, yeah.
Because hearing it on his base, most people get all flared up, like, "Oh, you calling me a racist?"
Yeah.
No.
Because the dude I was trying to explain it to, and I just got frustrated. Remember, I was just having this conversation with you about me, like. This whole concept or this whole picture of getting into politics, talking about it, learning it, understanding it, and then paying attention what happens, this is new to me, because I didn't care at one point.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it was my sister. Shout outs to my sister, my second oldest sister, that sat down with me and told me that if I stop caring, I can't tell somebody when they're wrong. I cannot.
You can't
correct them because I don't care. I'm
That's
not.
real.
You're not looking at anything. You're not understanding. You're not trying to understand. So this is what kind of got me in this mode of paying attention to what's happening in our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
In our between people, especially people that look like me and you, because at any point that could be me.
Very true.
At any point that could be you.
Yeah.
And I just
our kids.
Hey, it was like one of them BuzzFeed's websites. Or like things on Facebook, and it was talking about like how a father he taught his daughter what to do in like these situations with police officers. Mm-hmm. Hands up, and she had the whole slogan down to a T. But and
now what was his ethnicity?
He was black.
Okay. Now let me jump on that.
Okay.
And that's something that a lot of people have a hard time wrapping their head around. Is the type of training and upbringing we went through. The fact that I've had to learn I learned how to code switch, and most people don't even get what that is. I'm giving you some insight into the black world. Code switching, I'm not going to give a formal definition or anything, but basically is my work voice and my home voice.
Oh yeah, I can't believe you talk like that.
Yeah, now that's the best way to describe it. And people out there know, like when you call your mom and you ask her for something and she at work, and all of a sudden she answers the phone. Oh hi, how's it going? And then you ask for something, and she's like, "Don't you call me with no stupid ass shit like that." Like it. That's code switching.
Yeah.
Of course she was whispering because she didn't want to get in trouble.
It's funny. I call it work voice.
Yeah, that's hard. Yeah, that's work voice and home voice.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I use the word voice because it's not the content. My character doesn't change.
Yeah.
Who I am is not changing. It's a matter of how I present it. And I had to learn to present in a way to where people who aren't black, it's more palatable to them.
Yeah. I mean, in a sense, it's just more words.
Yeah.
In a sense, it's just more words.
That's all it is.
I had somebody tell me that one time. No, just don't use so many words. And it's like, damn, like, so just go over there instead of saying it in this more elaborate, more thought out way.
Well,
but that's, like I said, I just had this conversation and we've talked about it as well. Mm-hmm. When you say stuff like, I can't believe you talk like that, it's kind of like, well, how do you talk?
What did you want me to say?
Am I supposed to be speaking English or something else?
Yeah, what did you think I was gonna? How did you think
I went to school.
I read a book.
So these are the things, and this is why like I can respect listening to like a Cardi B talk
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
Because it's like, it's raw.
Exactly.
And I understand exactly what she said. You ever had somebody say, hey, what's an 8-ball? Or
yeah.
Something crazy like that.
Some
now you gotta
term,
break it down. Like the trap.
Or even code switching. Like,
and
like that's not a term that people go.
Yeah.
That's not an everyday term for people to just go around using.
Yeah.
Like, it really isn't.
I never even heard code switching until you just said it.
Yeah.
I literally call it my work voice.
Yeah.
And my home voice.
Yeah.
And what I've tried to do is I try to talk the same way. Because I want people to get me. Mm-hmm. And this is going back to how I was at first. Like, I have this voice. I can go talk to a principal and sit there and talk to him. I could talk to one of my supervisors or my boss. True. But I can come around and kick it with my boys and be 100% like cool with it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And where I can speak in in a way where they can understand and where they can understand it, right? So most people will call it ebonics. I had a shout out to Big L. I learned that word from him. That album was dope, dog.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Big L. But you get what I'm saying. It's like when people sit there and they hear you talk, it's like, damn, like that just gets to me because, like, man, should I speak what you thought I was gonna speak, like Jamaican? You want me to speak Jamaican for you? It's called patois, but and that it irks me. Yeah, like and I'm not gonna go too far into it because we've had this conversation. Before.
We went there, but
coming full circle,
yes,
about what we were talking about. It's more about me just trying to get back in, me getting involved just by teaching myself, by learning, by seeing what's happening out there. That way I can educate when I see somebody saying something wrong or doing something wrong.
Or even when you come across false information.
Or that too. That's really coming full circle with our whole conversation.
Yeah, that's the whole point so far. And when coming across combating false information, it's really frustrating these days. Yeah. I mean, if you guys follow me on Facebook, you can see me going to Twitter war or typing wars with people. And one thing I learned is I'm not a point I've made. I'm at this place with my life now where I'm not here to convert you. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to present as much facts as I can. Yeah. And yes, a lot of times, and it's not necessarily facts because it's anecdotal, but it'll come across as a story with facts to back my story.
Yeah, well, you're giving the evidence.
Yeah, and I just it's rough.
It is.
And it's rough. And then I want to make sure we're not, once again, and I've said it before and we've talked about it before, we're not a news source. We're just here shooting the shit. Exactly. But I also want to sound like I've read a book. I want to have as much correct information as possible.
Listen, we touched on something about ego. Yeah. And I think it's ego that stops people from wanting to gather information and accept it. Because I can hear you say some shit to me and it be totally wrong. Right? Like, I disagree with you instantly, but I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to understand where you're coming from with it. Because that's not wrong for me. Yeah. It's not wrong for me to understand why you would think like that and want to come up with that. Yeah. Like that. And the perfect example to that is that video you sent me where that guy sat down with that, was he a white nationalist?
Yeah, it was an Asian cat, and he sat down with a white nationalist.
Yeah, and it was titled "Minority Sits Down with White Nationalists." Yeah, they sat down and they had a dinner, and they were talking, and I understood why he would think the way he was thinking. Yeah, do I agree with it? Hell to the no. But I can sit here and listen to you speak, and then turn around and combat you, or not even combat, but explain to you why you shouldn't think that way, and here's some reasons why you should try to think another way. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you the information. Yeah. And you can give me whatever information you get. But the problem that we get into nowadays, and this is especially speaking to older people, is that they'll start doing stuff like, that's not true. That's not true. How the hell you know it's not true? Oh, were you doing the census? Did you walk from home to home and do census? Yeah. When you start telling people facts on like
numbers based on numbers.
Based on numbers, That's not true. That's not true. How the hell you know it's not true?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Numbers get smudged every day.
Oh man,
people boost numbers and drop numbers every day.
Or even just the way they draw up county lines and voting areas and not zoning. What's the word I'm looking for? Districts. The way they draw up districts. So what they'll do is they'll take an area that's predominantly Democratic, and they'll go and redraw it and set it up in a way to where it'll group up and it'll capture a majority of the Republican households. Really? So you'll have a Democratic area that where if it was just outright drawn out, it would go Democratic. Okay. And it's gerrymandering. And that's what it's called, gerrymandering. Gerrymandering, where they just redraw lines and set it up.
See, that's crazy.
Change up districts, and all of a sudden, Paris, certain parts of this city is not part of that city anymore. Yeah. And, oh no, you're now district, your ward, whatever, and you don't vote for here, you vote for there. It gets tricky, man. That's crazy. It gets really tricky.
You know what's crazy about that is the city I live in. Literally, it's
got rezoned.
One highway that splits everything. One highway on the left side, the east side of this is the city I live in. The west side of it is literally another city. So when you say that, it's kind of like, damn, like that is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they could rewrite that any way they want to shift.
Or even how, we could take it to a basic level of, remember when that city that's at the edge of Reno Valley, when they changed their name? I forgot what they changed their name to.
Merino Beach.
No, is it called Merino Beach? I thought it was like Rancho whatever. But off from Merino Beach. Okay. That whole place over there, they quote unquote separated themselves from Reno Valley. They're
their own city?
They have a different name. Just like Woodcrest, Orangecrest.
But is Woodcrest, Orangecrest, is that
the same thing? No.
So they're not.
If you go ask somebody, if you go tell somebody who lives in Woodcrest that they're from Orangecrest, they'll probably be mad.
You're right, because when you look at when this is going back. Remember when we used to give people ride that lived out in Woodcrest? Yeah, and they would give you your address. The city would be Woodcrest. That's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's all that it matters because then it also deals with property taxes, value of homes. All of this comes into play. Population, and then how much funding you get. Yeah. Do you get 2 fire stations? Do you get a police station? Do you get this? All resources. It all boils down to resources and money.
That's wild.
It's trip. It really is trippy. But all in all, information. I want to present the most truthful stuff I can. Yeah, and wrapping that up.
You know what? Before you go though, I think when you say something like that, you want to present the everything that you believe is true, right? I think a lot of people look at it, and if it's not what they are sided with, it's not true.
Oh my God, that is the realest thing ever.
If it's not what they believe, it's not true.
If it goes against your norms,
exactly.
That's
even your belief.
Yeah, and that's a huge thing that I believe is a true problem, and that's why I really would love to randomly watch an alien just come down and have a press conference and sit next to the president. Or whoever is leading the free world. He can go to the UN, wherever, and just sit there with every camera, every news station on the planet watching him. And I want him to just shoot a little laser, and then all of a sudden create a baby. Because immediately
that shuts everything down.
Knocks the bottom out of all of our norms, our religious norms, our social norms. It would cripple us for a bit.
It would.
It would send us into chaos for a bit, and I admit I'm not crazy. I understand that because you got to think that would knock. Think about that. Let's take it a step. Let's make it basic. We ain't even gotta go that extreme. Mm-hmm. Look at how we look at people's religious actions 1,000 years ago. How are people gonna look at us 1,000 years ahead? How are they gonna look at us? Yeah, from now.
Yeah.
Look at how we judge, and oh my God, I can't believe that.
They were
What?
heathens.
Oh my God, when they were on their, when the woman was on her period, you couldn't lay in the same room, blah, 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 blah.
That's crazy.
All these type of and these were norms. Oh, so-and-so had to walk so many paces behind. And this more so Christianity, religious.
Yeah.
I'm talking more religious, but I'm trying to think more social norms. I mean, which in some countries is still normal, having multiple wives and whatnot to help with the land. But all these things... But imagine how the future is going to look back on us. Are we going to be considered barbaric? Are we going to be considered the same way? I'm just saying, with the same way we judge the past.
I think we will be considered barbaric. I think a lot. If you think about it, let's stay young for a minute.
Yeah.
Look at the young people of today. What's happening now? How things are happening now? Things that people are doing now. And even if you look at generations prior to us, all of this shit is outrageous. This is asinine. How dare you? Yeah, but you can't, like, these kids nowadays are having fun. Perfect example is music. We went from the era of being a drug dealer
to now being a drug user.
To being a drug user. You see what I'm saying? It's just...
As
simple as that.
You know what's so strange about that, and what kills me is a lot of the more successful, bigger, well-known artists, not so much the up-and-comers, but a lot of the realer ones, they sobered up. Mm-hmm. Because why wouldn't you want to live with your money? Yeah. You telling me I'm going to make millions of dollars and then die young because I couldn't put down the syrup, or I couldn't put down the Molly, whatever.
I mean, just look at the prior people to believe.
Do you know if I won the lotto today, how pure my life would be?
Dog.
I would only eat the most organic of vegetables. And when I even say organic, I'm talking only one I'm going to eat is the one that falls off the plant. And I'm going to have somebody there to catch it, because that is going to be the most ripest form when the plant gave birth to it and released it.
The healthiest.
Like, I'm going to...
Your body wouldn't be able to adjust to that.
Shit. Well, for the money, it would. Look, for the money, it would.
Your body wouldn't be able to... What's that called when it's too
go
pure?
Into shock. Go into shock. Oh. Meat just falls off the bone.
Go way too pure, huh?
But no.
Nah, I get what you're saying, though. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Like, if you really think these big time artists are really sitting around knocking back drugs all day, yeah, they made the party. I'm not gonna sit here and be ignorant. They party. Yeah. But to think they doing it to the level of what their music is saying, or to think that 2 Chainz is still trapping.
Yeah, no.
Like,
nah, I get you. I get you. But it's perception.
Yeah.
You know, people
are even talking about how many bitches they smashing. 2 Chainz is married. Yeah. He went to Gucci Man's wedding.
Yeah, look at Ice.
Gucci Man.
and Gucci Man. I was about to say Ice Cube because Ice Cube is dope.
But he's been married.
Him. That's why I was saying, like, they, you know, we may not see that portion of their life like that, but if you're just looking at the music that they do and stuff like that, you would think everybody's killing each other.
Yeah, you be living a selling
drugs
pipe dream,
and
bro.
doing all this stuff, but that ain't the case. Nope. I mean, we sit here and watch movies all the day and praise actors. It's the same concept. Yep. And you know who I got that from? I got that from Ice Cube, from an interview he did, where he said, where the lady sat down with him and was talking to him about, you know, his music. When he formed his own label at the time. Okay. And it was like, yo, you know, nobody says anything about like Al Pacino and all these people.
Yeah,
like,
they over here killing people.
You get to see that. Yeah. You just hear me talk. I mean, we hear people talk on the radio every day. And they're not even called. And the funny thing about that, they're not even called like professionals. They're called personalities. Yeah. I'm listening to you, fool. Like, I'm just listening to you. Yeah. So
it's so crazy how that's a trip. I never even thought of that, because there's certain people who always play the bad guy. Yeah. Always play the crazy person. Always plays the serial killer. Like, you see these things, but yet when you see him in person, you don't think. Unless you're Lawrence Fishburne, because what's love got to do with it? I still see him smacking Tina Turner.
Yes,
like it's hard. When you play a role that good, I know y'all have seen the meme out there. When you play a role so good that a whole community still hates you.
Hey, I got a few actors like that, right? And I don't know none of their names. The dude that was married to Sansa Stark. The bastard son. I hate him in real life.
Yeah.
I hate him
Ramsey
in real
Bolton.
Yes. I hate him in real life.
Ramsey Bolton was it. He makes you cringe.
Who was the remember what was the name of that movie? Antoine Fisher.
Oh, the mom.
And his
nigga.
I hate. Why would you say that?
Because that's what happened in the movie.
That's how she said it too. I hate her character in real life. Like this is just me watching it.
Yeah.
But these people aren't real. And then even in What's Love Got to Do with it, like that, or this is my last one. I can't stand this dude. I seen 2 movies, pretty much everybody's seen. Players Club.
Oh,
and Menace to Society.
Poor dude. His whole career, like, somebody made a meme, and shout out to whoever made it. They said this dude is so grimy in all of his movies that I wouldn't trust him in real life.
I hate him in real life. I don't even know him.
Don't even know that man. And it's like, I don't like you.
I don't know him, and hate him.
That's just like I'm not traveling with Tom Hanks.
Matter of fact, and he was in Set It Off.
Oh, he was.
He was the dude that got the haircut, that got the boy that was going to college shot.
Dude,
I hate him in real life.
Bro, I'm not if I find out Tom Hanks is on my plane, I'm a heavily debate. I'm talking to a point where I might cry and be praying and really burning sage and everything, trying to figure out, talking to creator, like, yo, am I in the right place? This man don't ever make it.
He don't never make it.
I wonder how he feels about traveling. Like, fool, you've been in every disaster movie there can be.
He probably just sits down.
Yeah, I wonder, does he just like mute it out and just go to sleep? But,
or he accepted his role. I mean, that's a topic for another day. But you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people aren't and this goes back to the whole thing about, listening to what you want to hear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This because this person played this particular part in this role in this movie doesn't mean that's his character. It's a movie.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So
why not with music?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's wrapping it back up. It trips me out that how influential it is. And which isn't a shock, because music and arts and entertainment has always driven society.
Yeah.
Like it always has. Whatever the most popular person is doing, whatever they're doing, that's what people are doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna say Tiger was the most popular dude, but when he was talking about pass me the hookah,
yeah,
everybody and their mama was
to
at
go do hookah. Bars. Yeah.
And it just, that's just one of the things. So the youth, they're going to be the youth. And you know why I don't judge too much? Mm-hmm. And I don't, I used to be like, dang man, I sound like an old man, all that crappy music. And Lil Pump is the truth. Lil Pump, Gucci gang.
I wouldn't go that far. I just watched that video. Oh, right, slow down. I just watched that video today.
Lil Pump.
He walking through the school with a tiger.
Pump. Yeah, that's pimp. Lil Pump.
Okay, so and then what about the Big Shaq? You heard him?
No, who Big Shaq?
It's a dude. I think he's from Canada or something.
How you Big Shaq? Shaq
Listen,
big.
I just know it's a dude named Big Shaq, right?
But okay, I'm with you. Go ahead.
I just posted
such an oxymoron.
After this.
That's like a double positive. Is that you're big?
Pretty much
big.
After this, I'm gonna show you the video I posted. I think this dude is crazy. I think he's crazy.
Okay.
The dude was he got a song called "Man Not Hot."
That dude. Oh, he's like, you're safe. Okay, you're protected. Why you worried?
A B C D.
Yeah.
Alphabet.
Hey, but no, we could go back further. Bangs, the Sudanese rapper Bangs. He is a real legit rapper who got into a beef with Jimmy Fallon because Jimmy Fallon was clowning him and was like, have you heard of this rapper Bangs? And his song is called, one of his funniest hit songs is called I'm Gonna Take You to the Movies. And I guess that's like a big player thing to do out there. I don't know.
Where's he from?
He's from Sudan.
Okay.
And he's in front of a green screen, clearly. And he's talking about, I'm going to take you to the movie, Shawty. Like, no. I want you to be my baby. I promise you. It is the funniest thing. You got to check it out. But the dude is real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not real.
I mean, JJ Icefish is real.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. Like, he's a real artist. Like, his music is very serious to him. He's not joking.
JJ Icefish is only real because Faith Evans said he was real. Faith Evans co-signed him, so he's real. And Faith Evans is legend.
Involving out there kissing models.
Yeah.
But
oh man, why you had to throw him in there? That's grimy.
But look, play it as simple though. I don't judge the youth because the youth is always the youth.
Yeah.
People probably looked at us like we was crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, middle school, what? 5, 6X t-shirts.
That was the
shit,
man.
Like and then wearing. I remember for us wearing your t-shirt inside out so you could show your tag and you could show it was real.
Pro Club.
Don't
like
wear
no Pro 5 or no
AAA or Pro 5. Or wait, what about how it was you would disrespect somebody by snatching their tag off?
Remember the homie?
Oh my god!
I ain't gonna call his name by the way, but. He got that Pro 5 on. You think he flossing?
Hey, but if you get your tag snatched, that was like one of the most disrespectful things. Or if you ran up on somebody's fitted and you took their stickers off.
Oh yeah, that hurt your heart.
Hey, it is so funny to me, but people looked at us like we were nuts.
Exactly.
And I look back on it, and we probably were, but it was what was in and what was important to us. Everybody had their phase. I mean, you go to the 70s, you can go to, I mean, shit, you go back and look at the 90s. We consider that fly because it's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, chicks is out here rocking bamboo earrings, and, you know.
Yeah, I think, but see, that's just like in gaming. I mean, we can talk about even gaming retro.
Oh my
Everything
God.
is being retro. Everything is being
or remastered.
Yeah.
Or now,
before we get into that though.
Okay.
All right, because I know we had some other things we wanted to talk about. And
Okay.
I kind of threw that in there when I shouldn't have.
Okay.
But, you know, coming back to the, I know we were talking about.
We went off on a big
we went off way off course.
Yeah, that was, yeah, sorry.
All right, so just to jump into our next topic.
Okay.
Our next topic was the
New
York, the terrorist attack that
terrorists in
happened
New York. Okay.
Now, you brought up a valid point, and this is something that I would agree with you. I didn't even need to hear you say this. The fact that this guy,
who is a terrorist,
we're not defending him.
No, not in any way, shape, or form.
This is what we're. I mean, in a sense, this is what you can call being privileged, because if you sit here and think about it, one isn't considered a terrorist attack,
and the one he's talking about is the Las Vegas shooter.
The Vegas shooter wasn't. He was considered a lone wolf.
Yeah,
exact words.
Just a sick man.
Lone wolf, right? The other is considered a terrorist attack. Which one did more harm? It's sad that we got to do this.
Killed 50 plus people and injured up to 500 and 500 or more, and one guy. And first off, all lives matter. Like. No,
we understand.
We understand that. I'm not saying that the 8 people who died in New York don't matter. Yeah, that's not at all what I'm saying.
That's why I said it sucks that we got to do this.
Yeah, it really does suck that we have to have this conversation, and it's simply because, and the only difference I can find is skin tone.
Well, that is the only difference.
Skin tone and beard size,
and what they used. I mean,
and name.
Regardless, people died.
Yeah.
Regardless how they died,
lives were lost.
Were taken.
People were hurt.
So
damage
in peace.
Was done.
Rest in peace to all of them.
Every single one.
But when we're sitting here thinking about it, let's call it what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I've been saying this since day one. I didn't need that sheriff to validate my point on what was this considered. I already knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? Just the same thing like this.
When
New York attack.
Yeah, when you inflict terror and you're trying to shut down anything.
He shut down the whole city.
Yeah.
Me and you just listening. Well, I was listening to the thing. The police officer said blocks were shut down.
Yeah. One man.
One shut down the city. One shut down a few blocks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this sucks that we got to do this, but I think we should get to a point of calling it what it is.
What it is, and we
You know
have
what I'm saying?
we have a bad habit of that, and This
is how it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, they made fun of it on Family Guy. Peter Griffin was driving through, and they put a color chart next to him, and if you're a certain skin tone above, you're mentally ill, and if you're a certain skin tone darker, you're a terrorist.
Wow, that's crazy.
They make fun of it all the time, but it's a reality.
Yeah.
And this is a perfect point because they're both very recent.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I do understand, and I'm not ignorant to the fact that the guy has ties to ISIS.
Yeah, we seen that.
But they were calling him a terrorist before they even dug through his phone.
Yeah.
They were immediate. And then our president didn't even have any policy, anything to say other than rest in peace. I don't want to quote him exactly, but he's trying to enforce policy now based on this New York attack.
The whole visa program.
Yeah, which honestly, the country that the terrorist was from, he doesn't even is not even on the ban list.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have all these enforced border laws and whatnot on countries that have nothing to do with this terrorist
one
attack.
dude, yeah.
Now, where is the gun laws? Where is because first off, that guy did damage with a truck.
Yeah.
The dude in Vegas did damage with guns. So where's the gun laws? Where's all these laws? Where's all these changes? The same way you're jumping and
it was supposed to help.
Yeah,
it was supposed to help.
But then it falls into it's helping your narrative. It's helping what you believe to be important.
Exactly. And that's what I was getting ready to say is that this goes back, and this is why we should have stayed on topic.
Yeah,
because this goes back into the oddity portion of it. Because sit here and think about that. People, they're only taking in information that they want to take in.
Very true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this clearly people died.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Yeah, no questions asked.
Like, we sat here, we talked about that the day it happened.
Yeah.
Or, the day after it happened. So, we clearly see people affected by this. I mean, this even hit as home, and I forget the young lady's name, but a young lady that...
from our community.
Died in that Vegas shooting. And that was sad to see.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta, like, I love to support people where I come from.
True.
Because I know where you come from.
True.
You know, I grew up
and
there.
that falls back into our tribal.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So now I'm sitting here and I gotta weigh the difference between the two. No, there is no difference.
They're both terrorists.
They're both terrorist attacks.
And it just always, and the fact that it's a historic problem. I mean, and going back to what we talked about in the beginning, Black Panthers got disbanded.
Exactly.
They legally got disbanded. Now, the Ku Klux Klan is still able to operate.
They're still there.
They're still there. They're not.
They're still there, wide-eyed, open in the world.
Open in the world. So what's the difference?
You see what I'm saying?
Now, before y'all start misquoting me, there's a huge difference morally and in the actions that are taken.
We're not speaking on behalf of the Black Panthers, because think about it. Black Panthers were created because of this.
Yes, they were a reaction.
Exactly. This isn't coming from hate. This is coming from protection. Now, the other one, which is clearly from hatred.
Yes.
It's still around.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? How could this be?
Exactly.
How could you call one group a terrorist group and not call the other exactly what it is?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you clearly this goes back to what I've been saying. This is what we talked about. The fact that you want to gather information that you think is right and not that is correct. So yeah, man, to me, this is why I love to comb through, through everything. And I love to look at everything before I gather any information.
And I like to look at all sides.
And that too. But that makes it harder for me.
Yeah.
That makes it harder for me because there's a lot of other stuff out there that doesn't tell the truth, or they may push something a little bit more. Or remember, you just said it, even I was reading it and missed 2 words.
Oh man, grammar. Oh,
I was reading it and missed 2 words,
man.
and those 2 words changed everything. I would instantly get upset.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you exactly what it was. I was reading the article on the New York thing, and I said, "Greatest terrorist or the biggest terrorist attack since 9/11." And I was like, "How the fuck did this what?"
Yeah,
and you were like, "No, in New York." And I'm like, yeah, it didn't say. And I go back and it says, yes, in New York. I'm like, oh.
It's funny how those 2 words
about to throw me in uproar.
New York. Now imagine if you were very quick on the Twitter fingers.
Yeah.
And you jumped on Twitter. And imagine if your post got picked up and it went viral. Mm-hmm. Now there's going to be a large portion of people who would have thought that article said that this is the greatest attack since 9/11.
Yeah, because, social media is facts nowadays.
Man, so now you're reaching thousands of people, but thank God you have some self-control, and you were able to go back and reread it. And we were able to clarify, but that's how quick and how dangerous it is. Now, piggybacking off of that, now imagine if we were someone along the lines of the president. Mm-hmm. That's why when he tweets, I think he single-handedly saved Twitter. Because I personally believe Twitter was on its way out. And I think Donald Trump becoming president single-handedly made Twitter gold, because now everything this man tweets is news, is damn near law. He took Twitter from pushing its way down the social media ladder, and he brought that shit damn near to the top,
all the way up.
Because anytime he tweets, it immediately becomes a source. And I want him to tweet about aliens.
Look, aren't you waiting?
In Area 51. Let me tell you this. I personally think it's real. For the simple fact, I already thought it was real before any of this. But I really think it's real now, because as much as this man can't hold water, he ain't said shit about Area 51.
Yeah.
Or you telling me this man who can't hold water, this man slipped. He talked about burning down North Korea like it at a dinner table, like it was nothing, like a mob boss. So you telling me this man ain't got nothing to say about Area 51? Get out of here. That means that shit is deep.
It's low key, because if he came out and said it doesn't exist, it's kind of like, okay, I gotta believe you, because you really can't hold water.
You can't hold water, really, so that makes me think
damn self.
It's deeper. It's deep.
Yeah.
Now that's me putting on my tinfoil hat.
But hey,
I'm basing it off of what I'm experiencing. This man has talked about everything from dropping nukes to going to war like it's nothing.
I mean, it's not outlandish.
So why ain't you said anything
about those,
about Area 51 or space? Somebody ain't said shit.
Somebody put them files in the backpack.
Man, they either not talking to him about it and he forgot that he has access to that, or it's that powerful and there's that much info out there. That's just me putting on my tinfoil hat with a little reasoning behind it.
Because they in the way back. Hey, you know what? Shout out to Vince Staples. That song is dope as hell.
Oh yeah.
And it made Black Panther 10 times better. I'm gonna go see that movie.
But I can't wait. February.
Going back to what you were saying, absolutely correct. I don't think it's outlandish. You can't sit up here and tell. I mean, you know what? I ain't gonna even touch on that. You can't say that aliens don't exist. Like, you can't. Like, there's no way for you to. You can't give me facts that they don't exist.
Yeah, because because everybody's sitting here arguing from speculation.
Yeah,
I forgot the quote. I forgot the guy's name. It's a beautiful, creepy, scary ass quote. And it basically says there's only 2 options. Either we are alone in the universe or we're not. Both are equally terrifying.
Yeah. It's like fucking with bugs that move like real fast. Like, you just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen next. Like, I was sitting there looking at the spider yesterday after I was taking my daughter trick-or-treating, and I'm like, I don't know which way the spider gonna go, so we just go tippy-toe back. I was like, yeah, forget that house. Yeah, but yeah, it's the concept is the same. It's the fact that you just don't know.
You just don't know. And I think about a lot of things that today were once taboo and fake. Mm-hmm. Think about that. Like, what was considered fake that's considered facts now, such as us rotating around the sun and not us being the center of the galaxy.
Yeah.
Or the world not being flat. Or
that, yeah.
No, but at some point these things were... No, we're not diving into that. I'm not doing that today. That's not today. That is not today. So, but my point, my point is,
all right.
My point is that we are.
Just remember you said it.
I know, damn it. Gosh.
You lost your point.
Jesus.
Hey, might as well ask you. Hey, so you think the world's flat? What you think, B? Come on, B. Don't go there. I'm just kidding. Don't do it to yourself.
Look, I don't think the world is flat.
Of course not.
But I also feel that to completely disregard a large portion of people and not hear their point
is wrong too.
Is well, no, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. If it's proven wrong, if you're proven wrong, the facts is the facts.
Okay.
Because I can easily carry that over into Nazis.
Yeah.
Well, then we need to be able to listen to the Nazis and hear what they have to say and value their opinions. Fuck no. They're wrong. They're wrong.
They're just wrong.
Wrong.
You're right.
So if you're wrong, you're wrong.
You're wrong. There is no.
Well, let me
listening to you.
Yeah,
or
let me.
anything.
No, facts are facts.
Yeah,
facts are facts.
You're
now,
right.
until I get a fact proven that the world isn't,
then
then the world's fucking round. Boom. And until that fact is proven wrong and it's no longer a fact. Because Pluto was a planet, it's not a planet, but now it's back. But I think it's back to being a planet. I don't know. I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments.
Well,
because you know what's funny about that? Funny fact about Pluto: Kershaw's family found Pluto. I want to say it was Kershaw's grandfather, Clayton Kershaw.
Really?
Yeah, from the Dodgers. I want to say it was either his great grandfather or his grandfather was the one who founded Pluto, and his family was butthurt when they announced that it wasn't a planet anymore.
Oh, well. Hopefully they win the World Series.
Hey, that would be nice.
but so you see what I'm saying? Like even going into that can kind of go full circle as well. But we do have other topics that we need to get into. I think we hit on that. I think we need to call stuff what it is.
Yeah,
you know
call
what I'm saying?
A spade a spade.
And that's exactly what that topic was about. Now, our next topic actually was about teaching our kids to scream.
Yeah.
Now, what? Just for our listeners, I know why. What made you decide to talk about that?
Okay, so I personally know a lot of people who've been molested, whether it's family, whether it's friends, whether it's physical abuse or sexual abuse, which is also a form of physical abuse. Mm-hmm. All these things, it happened, and it hasn't came out, or they probably won't speak about it. Or maybe it could have been prevented if we would teach our kids to scream.
Yeah.
Teach our not even just our daughters, our sons, or our children, period. Teach them to speak, to first feel comfortable enough and safe enough to come and tell us when somebody's touched them.
Yeah.
And that also comes with communication. We need to have better communication with our children. And not necessarily that whole you're in a child's place. I'm an adult. You listen to me.
Yeah.
Now, yes, that there needs to be structure. I'm not speaking against that. But when you completely shut down a child and you become this totem of, this pillar and totem of
being almighty
and in control and never wrong,
you
make it hard to communicate. And you create this wall in between you and your child. So now imagine being told your whole life, you respect adults, you listen to adults, you follow adults' direction, you pay attention, you listen to your teacher, you listen to your elder, you listen to the pastor, you listen to your uncle, whatever.
Hey, you grow up with the notion that they're always
right. So now, let's say they do something wrong to you. And then now you're conflicted, and it's like, well, was it wrong? What, I just want my kid to know to scream.
Yeah.
If somebody touches you in a place that's inappropriate or you don't feel comfortable, you scream.
That's dope that you bring that up.
And
I'm gonna tell you why I think that's dope. Now, with my daughter, we believe she's at the age to start teaching her, the no places and things that she, stranger danger and stuff like that. My daughter knows stranger danger, and she's
safe
comfortable.
words and all these other things
like that.
Yeah.
She's comfortable in places where she goes. So she's comfortable at home. She's comfortable at daycare. We're hands on. Our daycare facility that she goes to is kind of, we can check in at any point, at any time. But they're great there. She loves it there, and she never really has, other than kid stuff, she never really has anything to say. The one thing I like to do and I love to do, and even while I'm at work, I'll call her just to ask her how her day went. What did you do? And then this is something that I wasn't raised like this, right? So
me neither.
I'm gonna say this because having a conversation about like my day isn't something I did with an adult in my household, right?
Okay, to an extent, I did do that.
I didn't start getting that until like my older sister started doing that.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, the reasons are different for anybody in my situation. Some parents don't have the time.
True.
Some parents are out working. Some parents are doing something. Sometimes they're not even a parent in the home.
True.
You got to respect all of those. Now, with my daughter though, I don't never want her to get that notion. Like I want her to be able to come and talk to me. So she'll talk to me. What'd you do today? Oh, was it fun? Did you like? I'm asking her. I'm drilling her these questions into her because this is a conversation. This is a back and forth between me and my daughter. So we sat there and we taught her. We taught my baby girl, stranger danger. If someone says to do this, you do this. Now I think screaming, and you said this perfectly earlier. If you scream, as humans, everyone's looking.
Yep.
So if we teach our kid to scream, once they scream, everyone stops.
Yeah, everybody's
what they're doing
trying to figure out what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? Now you're just banking on the fact somebody has that good Samaritan bone in their body to go and assess the situation,
or maybe I'm within range of hearing my daughter screaming,
and that too. So, we haven't taught screaming, and I think that's something I will adopt in raising my daughter, because that is the most perfect thing you can do. Somebody's doing something wrong, they're not trying to be loud, they're trying to be
secretive, keep it quiet.
You scream, everybody makes a move.
Yeah.
So that's crazy that you bring it up, because no one ever thinks about those things. We see it.
Yeah.
You see it, but if it's never happened to you, you don't know what to do. You don't have no type of, what I'm saying?
And what's brought all this up for me, as of recent, was, for one, it's just happened to so many people I know personally. And then also seeing all this stuff that's popping up with Hollywood and with all these young child actors.
That's crazy.
And think about it. They're over here, like, I can only imagine the parents, they just want to be friends with you. I could see myself getting pushed off on Oprah. Mm-hmm. No, I'm not saying Oprah's gonna touch me, but I wouldn't mind if Oprah touched me. But the point is, I could totally see my family being A-okay with sending me off with somebody famous. Yeah. Like, oh, hey, yeah, go spend the day, da-da-da-da-da. And now everybody's okay. You want to make a good impression. You're trying to get famous.
Yeah.
And you're vulnerable, and all of a sudden some famous person is touching you, rubbing their leg, rubbing your leg. Are you really going to say no? You know what I mean? Like,
you don't know better.
You don't know better. And that's why if you can instill that this ain't right, I'm uncomfortable, the scream, the kick, the run, or even at that point, because a lot of these people were child stars. They were a little older than the whole scream thing I'm talking about. Just having that open communication and being able to not jump down a child's throat, because that's what a lot of times happens. You don't want to tell your parents the truth because the first thing that's going to happen is, what happened? Jumping down your throat. And it's like, whoa, then I might as well just shut up because I didn't want to deal with it.
Because me at least, I have experience where I knew I was right, but I was wrong. With somebody else telling me, oh, no, you're wrong. That's wrong. You don't do that. What do you mean? I thought this was the right way to do it. So I think, and this is some, one thing I like to do is I like to use me a lot because I know me, and I've gone through things and I've experienced things. So that's the only I can't speak for.
That's
other
the best
people.
source.
So like with my baby girl, when she corrects me, because she has corrected me, I tell her good job.
Yep.
I tell her good job. I tell her you were right. Those are key things that I say to her. And the only reason why I do that is because I want her to feel right. I want her to tell me what's right and what's wrong. Mm-hmm. You know, when I may mess up and say a curse word. Don't say that, Daddy. That's a really bad word. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was listening to my phone and somebody said that, dropped the F-bomb on there, and that's what she said. Her exact words. That's a really bad word. And I said, you know what? You're right, baby. And I turned it off. I was like, you're right. Daddy won't listen to it no more. She said, thank you. So, you know, me having this open line communication with my daughter, this is what I want. Like, I want her to be able to come and tell me when something's right. Yeah. I want her to come tell me when something's wrong. When something's happened to her.
Or when she's confused, or, you know what I mean?
Because I'm going to tell you like this straight up. I believe everything that comes out of that little girl's mouth.
As you should.
Everything.
As you should.
Until it's proven some other way, I believe everything. A little mark on her forehead. How did this happen? Oh, Elsie or somebody accidentally did this. And I'm going to ask questions. But then it comes, was it an accident? Yeah. So now I know.
Now I know.
You know?
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? I have this conversation with my baby girl. I think all parents should do that.
And it creates a better and safer, it creates a better relationship between you two.
Yeah. So, like, you have a hostile relationship with your parent and you don't have this communication. You can't do this.
I'm not going to go to them when something bad happens.
Exactly.
I don't want to deal with it.
Look at, you know what? What kind of ties into this? Logic. That Suicide Hotline song. That's a dope song,
yes,
man.
It is.
That's a dope song. The video was amazing. But that kind of plays into it.
Yeah.
Imagine if, you know, I mean, obviously the story ended on a great note, but imagine if that little boy had somebody to talk to.
Yep. It wouldn't never got that far.
Other than the person he was in a situation with. Imagine if he had a parent to talk to.
Imagine if the other guy's dad didn't step in the way he did. Because remember, it was the not the main character of the video. It was his boyfriend's dad who caught him. Who walked in on him. Imagine if he would have reacted in a whole different way, and where it would have pushed both of them.
Exactly.
You know, so this is why this whole the screen part is big, but that's a small portion of it. When you pull back, it's all about communication and openness and honesty.
I disagree with you on that though, because it has to start at that age. It has to start at the baby.
Oh no! That's not what I'm saying. I agree 1,000%. What I'm saying is the core of it is communication with your child and having that open line.
Yeah,
and being able to for them not to feel that there's a taboo thing to talk about.
Yeah.
Because when you start having taboo topics, no matter what the topic is, no matter what your child comes to you and asks you about, if you don't give them the answer, somebody is.
Yeah. And
I'm gonna leave it as basic as that.
That's scary as hell.
It's scary.
Somebody else giving you a child the answer.
It's scary, but it's real. If you don't give them the answer, they're going to go and get it, whether it's from the internet, whether it's from a friend, whether it's from, for those who haven't seen A Bronx Tale, you know, Mario talked about the car test. And that's how you pick the girlfriend.
Yeah.
Like, the car test is fucking stupid. Like, you know, or no, not the car test. It was a car test. But then Sonny came in and gave him the proper test, the door test.
Yeah.
You know, but whatever. That's
another day.
Sonny had 5 fingers, but he only used 3. Like, but whatever. Collogial, but one of my all-time favorite movies.
I didn't see that movie in a minute. I still haven't watched. What's the name of that movie? Stone. What's it called? I forget the name of the movie. Well, it was a movie you told me to watch a long time ago. Tombstone.
You still haven't seen Tombstone?
Still haven't seen Tombstone. Oh. And I bought the DVD. It's still in the plastic.
Tombstone is hands down one of the greatest movies of all time. Val Kilmer, that was his best role.
Really?
Hands down, his best role. I mean, he was a good Batman too, I'm not gonna lie. But seeing him as Doc Holliday.
Oh, that's definitely another topic.
Oh, the best Batman. We'll go into that.
My
gosh. We'll do that later. but back to the whole communication thing. People, please, I'm doing a call to action. Make your kids feel do your best to have a comfortable communication and open line of communication with your kids. It'll save lives. It'll save them. It'll build a better relationship. because there won't feel this big wall or this fear of disappointment. It'll really open it up and to make things better,
or even let down.
Yeah,
because no child wants to let them down.
No,
you know what I'm saying. So,
no.
All right, so actually, next what was the next we had the gaming stuff. What was it?
Oh, were we going to talk about nostalgia?
Yeah, nostalgia. Okay. So real quick, we're short on time.
Yeah.
Now we talked about everything coming full circle, right?
True.
We talked about that earlier, and how that ties into gaming was the fact that everything, all our old games that we used to play are coming back.
It's nostalgia. It's like if I have to see another HD remake, bro, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I don't want any more HD remakes. I want to say they just talked about, they're redoing Final Fantasy VII, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of excited about because they're bringing it modern and they're making it open world, but which I'm happy about.
They're adding stuff to
it. They're basically making a new game.
Yeah.
But when I have Rainbow Six, The Siege, when I have Call of Duty 35, when I have Battlefield didn't went so far, they didn't came back to 1.
Yeah.
Like they didn't make a full circle around the planet and just said, fuck it. Battlefield
of Duty
1.
Call of Duty come out on Thursday.
This is
World War II.
Yeah. Okay. I get it. Boots on the ground. Cool. Why are we so infatuated with fucking World War II, bro?
I think it's the guns.
The guns were solid.
I think it's the guns.
Yeah, the carbine.
Like when you hear people talk, when you hear people talk about the guns, they always talk about how like
Thompson.
Oh, those are legendary.
The bar.
So this is even nostalgia.
Okay,
there. You see what I'm saying? I think what we see nowadays, like I'm cool with seeing that shit in Halo. I'm cool with seeing that shit in Destiny.
You don't
because these are future. I don't want to see like Call of Duty made you feel like you was holding it. You know what I'm saying? Like you sitting there holding it.
But
right?
how am I supposed to hold this?
Yeah, I can't hold this Gatling gun that you can sprint with.
Because I'm in space.
Yeah.
Low gravity.
No, I'm good.
It turned into Quake.
I don't want to think about that. But I think boots on the ground is a good thing for the franchise, for Call of Duty franchise. Like I said, Call of Duty comes out Thursday. I'm getting it. I'm getting it because I'm done with Destiny. Not like done with it completely. I just need one helmet.
Yeah, we could talk on that later. But I'm telling you, nostalgia, even the Super NES, the miniature Super NES.
Yes. Thank you again.
No issues, man. All love. But basically, we go crazy for stuff that's already out there and been done. And now my question is it because we just loved how complete it was? Or because personally, I mean, you go back and you look at Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. You look at
I got a
Super Mario Brothers.
I got a confession.
What?
I've never beat a Zelda.
That's fine. I've never beat a Mario.
Me neither.
Oh, we sound terrible.
What kind of nerds
are we? Look,
hey, you know what? I don't feel bad because they got people beating the game in 4 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Oh, actually, I'm lying. I did beat a Mario.
I never beat a
Mario.
Mario.
I beat it because I cheated and I jumped up and ran through all the worlds.
I beat Sonic. Ooh, I beat Sonic legitly.
Ooh, you remember Sonic and Knuckles? That was
Sonic 2.
No. Oh yeah, when you put I had the
extension. No. I'm talking about Sonic and Tails.
Yeah.
No,
I'm talking about Sonic and Knuckles. That was the truth.
Yeah. So that's your favorite one?
Yes.
My favorite one is Sonic 2. Casino
I used to get so
Royale.
depressed watching them drown when you be getting out the city and in the water.
Listen, hey, quick. This goes with the nostalgia thing.
Okay.
Me and Oscar, we were so dedicated. Oscar's that's my cousin. Shout out to you. We were so dedicated and beat that game. You know what we used to do? We mastered like the first 5 stages, like beat it without dying, beat it fast, and we used to get all the coins so we could get the extra life.
Yeah,
we would literally get to the boss without dying, put that shit on pause, and leave that shit there. Go to school, come back, and be grinding.
Bro, you know what game was like that for me? It was because I didn't have my memory card at the time, my cartridge. It was Gauntlet Legends on Nintendo 64. Wow. We used to sit it up on one of my elementary school books, and that shit would be running for like 3 days straight. And I would like beg my mom, leave it alone, it's fine. Like don't touch it. substance. Dude.
Wow, is that welcome? Is that game? Yeah, welcome to your doom.
Yeah,
I love that game.
Hey, no, and then girl, the sorceress, whenever she was low on health, she'd be like, "I need substance." Bro, I'm telling you, we used to leave that game on, and then Rampage. That was another.
Rampage
one.
Was a good ass game. It on.
I used to love getting to the space levels,
or
the
it didn't feel the same after Sonic. Because I used to try to do it with Contra, but it just didn't feel the same.
Dude, I would get... Contra was my Dark Souls of being a kid. I couldn't get past anything on fucking Contra. My soul was crushed every time playing Contra.
Listen, it's funny. That's where esports started.
See, yeah.
That's where esports started in games like that, where it wasn't even... It was about score and time.
Yep.
Dude,
Metal Slug. I love me some
Metal Slug. Was dope.
I think I just like the artwork for Metal Slug better than Contra. Yeah. I think that was the whole reason why I was more
Metal Slug was like arcade. That was like the HD.
Yeah.
That was like HD. Like, oh, that was real. Like, you could see their eyes and shit. So,
but main point being, we're so in love and glorify the past, especially when it comes to gaming. Literally, I believe they're remastering. Look for Xbox One X. They're remastering a shit ton of games, and they just announced that they're bringing a bunch of the original Xbox games to be backward compatible.
Yeah,
people are going to GameStop and buying Super Nintendo games,
but half these people ain't gonna play it. No,
it's more for the grip. Like, I got it,
and that's where my point was gonna come in. I think. And I find myself doing it too, and you can tell me if you do it as well. Sometimes I'll see some shit that was dope, like I loved it, like Metal Gear. I see any Metal Gear copy, I want to buy it.
True.
And I'll just put it down, like it'll just sit in my closet because I just want to know I got it,
bro.
Type deal. I think that's why people do it. I think that's why people went out and bought these the Super Nintendo systems, that entertainment systems that came out, because it's like, yo, I got it.
Yeah.
I ain't got to play it today, but I got it. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
I think people aren't... If everybody had all day, especially gamers, if everybody had all day to just sit down and play games, at some point they will play it.
True.
But there's so many new shit come out every week. No one is going to sit down and play Super Mario Yoshi World.
Nah.
Like, no one's gonna sit down. I may sit down and try to play Super Street Fighter 2.
Very true.
Turbo Remix, because that's on the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. But I may just do that just to sit down. But I may say I'm gonna have to say, yo, I gotta level up my Call of Duty.
Yep.
I gotta get to Prestige.
You gotta keep up with today.
Exactly.
You gotta keep up with today, unless you're just an all around classic player and that's all you do. Mm-hmm. Which there's people out there that's literally all they touch.
Shout out to Scumpy.
Scump.
That dude's crazy. But you see what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the whole, like, the nostalgia thing, I think it's more just as, like, I think that's the collector in us. Because most gamers are collectors. They collect something. You know, whether it be plush dolls or gigapets or whatever. They collect something.
They're actually bringing those back.
See?
They're bringing back the, what were they called?
I'm just waiting for them to bring back sidekicks.
Oh, bro. Bro, I'm not even gonna go down that road.
I'm just waiting for them to bring back sidekicks.
Folks, I just want to say thank you for listening in and thank you for rambling with us. And I want y'all to make sure to subscribe. I want you to make sure to like and comment and just continue the discussion, and we'll respond.
Yes, we will. We will.
Yeah,
I mean, we see them. We see the comments. We see when people post, and then the interaction is amazing too, because it gives us things to talk about as well,
and then, it continues the conversation
and other points, because we will respond.
Oh, and also make sure to follow our Facebook page, The Adventures of Black Nerds.
That actually be down in the description.
That's
below.
In the description,
and then also follow us on our Twitter accounts. That's pretty much where we interact with people. Mine's is actually at XT Jones.
And mine's at Baron J67. And I just want to say thank you and really appreciate you guys. And thank you for listening.
Peace.
But I ain't scared to fist fight niggas the size of Debo. Cold City made us convert into Sub-Zero. You like to write subliminal shit, my nigga, I see you. If we beefing, then we beefing, let's make it clear to the people. I'll open up the door for you niggas, no need for peoples. I ain't scared to die from you niggas, but talk is cheap though, coming.